Hi, Lisa Soland here with another writer's tip of the day. This writer's tip, however, is unique. I want to talk to young people, children, and talk with you about the writing process. What I want to say is that ideas for a story are everywhere, especially if you're going to write a children's book. They're in the very room that you're sitting. And I would like to challenge you in this video to look around you, every place you find yourself, okay? And if you have a grandma, ask her if you can go down in her basement. And in the basement, just as an example, off the cuff, she might have bottles of stewed tomatoes, canned, and you can see the seeds through the glass and the garlic. And maybe that gives you an idea to write a story about helping Grandma make stewed tomatoes. And that's your story for the day. And what role the little person played in putting together those jars of stewed tomatoes, Grandma and her stewed tomatoes. Or you could ask your mom and dad or an older person, if they happen to have an attic, if you could go up in the attic and look around. And these are rooms that aren't visited as often and are often used as storage. And those types of rooms can give us some amazing ideas. Like, I think about my own attic. If I was lost for ideas, which I wish that was the case, it's never the case. I'm usually inundated. But let's just say I was stumped and I couldn't think of anything to write about, which is hard to imagine. But so I go up in my attic. Okay, I know what's up there, and there's a bunch of Halloween costumes. That's where we put them. And I bet there's 25 Halloween costumes up there. You could write a book called The Missing Halloween Costume that got, where did it go? It got up and walked away on its own. There's 1,000 ideas. The broken doll, the doll that had no face. You can tell the story about how it broke. Anything that you see in an attic can give you an idea. Things can give you an idea. I just look at my desk. There's this shoe. What a shoe, right? That is quite a shoe. It has seen some, the brown wooden shoe, or why was the one shoe bigger than the other? Everything can stimulate your creativity, especially if you're a child. One of the things that can get you writing is just to simply look around the room and open up your mind to think what they say outside the box, that anything's possible. Anything's possible. Just open up your imagination. You can walk outside, you can look at a squirrel and the nuts that he's gathering. I have squirrels that they just drive me crazy. They bury their acorns in my potted plants. So every time I go out there, there's like a new hole dug in my potted plants. Makes me crazy. Someday I want to write a story about squirrels because their name is an onomatopoeia. An onomatopoeia is a word that sounds like what it is, like splash. But to me, a squirrel is squirrely. You could write a story about squirrels. You could write a story about the angry blue jay who gets mad at the other birds because they take his favorite seed before he can get to them. It's just unending, the ideas. And if you're the kind of person with a brain that just gets slammed with ideas, what I recommend in that case is that you make a list of all your ideas. Write them all down, as crazy or as silly as you can think of. Like, here's masking tape, right? I had to get new masking tape because I didn't realize that masking tape can get old. And I tried to pull this up and it just was in pieces. But you could write a story about the boy who taped his sister's, I don't know, maybe that's going too far. But you see what I'm saying, right? You know, you can find your parents' glasses and look at them. Look what it's like to look through somebody else's glasses that are suited for somebody else's eyes, and how different that is. And that could trigger an idea. The sky's the limit, my friend. And I just want to challenge you. You know, if your parent is a student of mine, which in some cases they are, you can be a writer too. You can write too. And don't limit yourself. Get out that blank piece of paper and get a pen or a pencil, and don't stop once you start. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get it written. Write the whole thing out. Then you can go back. Then you can go back when you're done, and you can make corrections. But the fun part is coming up with the idea and getting down that first draft. And then you can worry about, you know, making it better then. Sometimes if we worry about making it better while we're writing it, we get shut down. And then everything stops and you're stuck. And then it's no fun, is it, writing? So remember, when you're writing that first story, just get it out there on the page. Get it done. And go easy on yourself. You know, the books that you read, somebody took a lot of time to write, and they rewrote and rewrote. It might have taken them a year. So you can't expect, you know, that all of that in one just little story. Just do the best you can and have fun. And don't be so hard on yourself. It's a fun process, and it's meant to be fun, right? So good luck, and let me know how it goes if you can. Bye-bye.